back, baby. We back. That means it's time to get into the JasVynce show. Welcome, welcome, and welcome. We're back once again on YouTube. We live, baby. We live. I'm excited. Getting my notes together. We trying to get this YouTuber thing down, guys. Welcome to. Oh, my bad.
Welcome to the JasVynce show. I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Vince. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Let us know how our audio is. You know what I'm saying? We're back. We're trying to do the responsible thing and be actual YouTubers. So we're here for another edition. This time episode 14. Episode 14 of Married at First Sight. Where the name of the episode was Stranger Spouse, which I thought was an interesting name. Stranger Spouse. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was pretty cool. So a lot of stuff has been going on in the Married at First Sight world, and a lot of people have been speculating. A lot of people come up with the same things that we have, that they clearly just ran out of content, footage. You know?
Yeah.
Thank you, Shatoni, for letting us know that it was clear. But yes, it's weird, man. It's weird. It's different having to be in a situation where you know for a fact that they're going through a crazy situation as well. So
Bennett summed it up. It's a pressure cooker.
It's a pressure cooker. That was a great way to put it.
It's a pressure cooker when you know somebody. So imagine not knowing someone.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It definitely is. It definitely is.
Hey.
So, what's going on, King Suntan in the building? So, yes. So, where do we start? We're trying to see, and we'll ask you guys at the end of the episode, too, what possible JasVynce content you guys might want to see from us to be able to continue putting out shows for you guys, even when we're not doing Married at First Sight. So we'll figure that out.
My note is empty.
Get the heck out of here.
It's there, but it's empty.
It'd be like that. You got your Wi-Fi on?
Yeah.
It'd be like that. Try to close it down and open it back up.
It's crazy.
So since Jasmine's notes are on the fritz right now, my phone does the same thing. Your phone is charged as well too, right?
Yes.
So I wanted to start with basically. Pastor Cal opened up the show. Shout out to Pastor Cal. Started by letting us know that the governor of Louisiana had lifted the stay-at-home order. So Jazz was asking, like, oh, how come we don't get to see them, like, hanging out with each other, even if they live in the same building?
Yeah.
You would think, right? But everybody was, again, beginning of Corona times, everybody was, like, really, like, shaky on, like, even associating with other people. So
yeah, that's true.
You got to do it.
So basically, they go on a couples retreat, which is 14 days before decision day. And I missed something. There was something else I was supposed to say.
Oh, I was going to say, like,
so this experiment went for 4 months when it's normally 2 months. So at this point, you know if you want to be with that person or you can't stand them. That's what I would say. You got an extra 2 months to get to know that you don't like them or you do like them. So
got to take your time. I thought it was interesting. They did, before they went on the couples retreat, Amani helped Olivia move out.
And she brought margaritas. That's a real friend.
That's a real friend. I appreciate that. Everybody, we've been talking about how trash Brett was this entire time, so here we are.
Amani said he's a scumbag. I agree with that. You took the salt, bruh.
Scumbag.
You ain't leave no seasonings. You ain't leave this girl no seasoning. She can't even make no eggs or nothing for herself. Like, come on, bruh.
Scumbag is the word that she used. I thought that was pretty crazy. Apparently, he texted her a couple days after and was like, it's okay if you want to go on a date. Like she needed permission.
I'm going to tell you what I think. Brett is going on that third date with the girl he went on the second date with right before he got married.
Absolutely.
I know it for a fact.
That's exactly what he's doing.
Because he's trash. Like, he's like, oh, you're not going to kiss me? You're not going to have sex with me? You're not going to do none of that? Okay, well, yeah, we're married, but moving right along.
What you going to do, man? What you going to do? And yes,
definitely
enjoy some margaritas.
Are the best.
Margarita,
as they say in Jamaica.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Unfortunately, I don't know. Maybe she wanted, I don't know if she had. They had some seasoning.
It sounded like she said Brett sent a random text, like, talking about maybe hanging out after he left. I'm like, what kind of fuckboyism is this? Ooh. Seriously. A dude tells you, or doesn't even tell you, his actions told you that he don't care about this relationship, this marriage at that. and leaves and then texts like, yeah, so what's up? Ain't nothing up. We don't have nothing to discuss at all.
I got nothing.
He's trash. We knew he was trash. He going on the third date with the other girl. Hope it works out. That's all I'm saying.
Hopefully. I mean, we'll see. But after that, we got to see more inter-building interaction.
Right.
With, Woody got to visit Henry. And I always like when we see Woody and Henry together. And basically, Woody asked him about the whole situation that had happened. And Henry gave him the lowdown. He gave him all the information.
Can we talk about Woody going on his face journey this whole episode?
Oh, no.
Face journey.
You should have known. You should have known. Do I have my Woody face? You should have known we was going to get a Woody face at some point. You should have known when something happens, Woody is going to give you a face. He might not always give you the... Woody gives pretty good advice or information sometimes.
Sometimes. This episode, I don't feel like he gave any good advice, honestly. All he said was, couldn't be me. The whole episode to everybody's situation. Couldn't be me.
Here and there, but you should have known we was going to get a Woody face out of this situation. Basically, yeah, we already know. Henry told him that Christina came out with the whole him being gay thing.
With the reasonable source texting her, but
wild.
She still ain't show no receipts. I'm so tight of her. Like, this is, for me, this is crossing the line. Like, Henry let you slide with a lot of shit. But this is crossing the line, and it's really showing her character, and that's exactly what he said. He said he thinks that she's gonna show up to the couples retreat and act like nothing is wrong, okay? And that's exactly what she did. But we're gonna come back to that.
Figure this out, man.
But also, he brought up the fact that all the lies that he's caught her in already. And Woody was not saying much. He was like, I need some more wine.
I feel like that is definitely the I'm gonna mind my business face.
Right.
I think that's what that is right there. So.
But they cut to Christina saying, yeah, I used to be a big flamboyant liar, but in a different way. What's a different way to be a big flamboyant liar?
Yeah, I thought that was
I would never use that term to say liar. That means you a super liar.
I think you probably noticed when they were having that conversation, Henry definitely had his nervous tick, which I feel like he spoke about like here and there.
I feel like his nervous tick is coming down more.
It's possible. But yeah, you said flamboyant is the word she used?
Flamboyant liar. I'm like, what does that even mean?
She likes the dramatics in a way.
She thinks she's a master manipulator, but Henry is so like calm and observant that he can read through emotions and read through BS way faster than most people. Which is good
for him.
It is good for sure.
She's playing with his life. I agree. I thought it was weird, or at the same time, again, because Henry is so good at reading her, at least by now, when Woody asked, like, oh, so what are you guys expecting for the weekend? He said that she's probably going to pretend that things are perfectly fine, most likely. So that's how Christina's been rocking and rolling. You want to skip to the couples retreat, or you got something?
I just want to say one thing.
Say it, girl. Go ahead.
Henry is so classy to me. He never disrespects her. He never talks down about her. He just states facts. And he's going to find somebody after this Married at First Sight thing. Because every single time...
Somebody want Henry.
Every single time... what was it? Married at First Sight Boston. Jackie, she was married to Ryan, the firefighter. And he didn't really treat her as good as he should have. She just got married like a couple weeks ago. Like, all these people that most of the people that I've seen on Married at First Sight, if their marriage doesn't work out on that show, they end up finding love afterwards.
Is that how it works?
I think about it. It's like the ultimate matchmaking. If that shit doesn't work, the whole world watched.
I agree.
So just slide in my DM. I love her.
That little goofy shit you do. Yeah. I like that. I
would treat you better. What's up? Slide in their DM.
I get it.
So I think that it's a good platform either way. It is a whole marriage, which you got to explain to whoever you end up dating or marrying afterwards. But
there you go.
I think that it could be worth the risk. And Henry's a good guy, and he has a good sense of humor. I'm Team Henry.
Somebody here for Henry, man.
I like Henry.
Henry gonna find him somebody at some point. Sorry that Christina had to be super, super goofy.
We can't go straight to this yet.
Which we'll talk about.
We can't go to the retreat yet. We got to talk about Karen and Miles. They were not feeling the retreat situation.
She was stressed about the racial injustice that was taking place. Completely understandable. We both admit to being in a weird place during that time.
Yeah, during the George Floyd protest, it was a lot. Like, I literally had to tell my boss, like, man, listen, if I get a little snappy on emails, like, I'm really dealing with, it's a lot to be black right now.
It's a lot.
So the fact that all this stuff is coming to the forefront, and it's partially, I would say it's due to social media, because this stuff been happening like all our lives, but we haven't been as aware, because now you just open your phone and you see black people getting shot on the internet.
All
That's
day
crazy.
long, every scroll.
So it definitely takes a toll on mental health outside of already, Miles deals with depression.
Yeah.
Karen is basically
I wasn't even thinking about that.
Yeah, Karen is basically already dealing with like COVID for work. So I just feel like she was saying that it hit home for her, because now that she's married to a black man, she does have to worry about that. And I really felt Karen for once or twice that time, because even before the George Floyd stuff, I'm always like, hey, like, you will be leaving working a wedding super late, and I'll be like, hey, where are you? Or put your location on, or call me when you're on the way. Like, I want to make sure that my black man gets home safely.
I appreciate that.
And it's really tough out here. It really is. And I really felt her on that, but I'm glad that they decided to go. Because they shocked me this episode.
Yeah, they did. I mean, I consider it a bonding moment, if you will, but I'm glad that that's something that they did discuss. Jazz was like upset. She's like, I don't know why they didn't talk about this sooner.
I was upset because I'm like, you guys have this platform. Why is this just coming up? And
Lifetime is not run by black people. That's something that you have to understand. Also, they were self-filming, so I thought that was something that if they were actually going through that at the time, like, we wouldn't be, doing this like, oh, you know what I'm saying? We stressed out about, you know what I'm saying? They probably didn't feel like going through that. You know what I'm saying? They waited till the opportunity to present it, in front of everybody came up, and, the opportunity it showed itself. So I'm glad they got a chance to speak. Dr. Umar says, nobody can understand a black man better than the black woman.
That's facts.
Facts.
That's facts.
Thank you for that.
So then we see Henry and Christina packing up to leave. It looked like they was in different rooms too.
She said she didn't think he was gay, which I thought was funny.
She said she brought it up out of anger to get back at him. Get back at him about what? What has he done? All he's done is communicated with you and told you, this is specifically why I'm not attracted to you. And I don't see anything wrong with that. I think it's respectful. He wasn't disrespectful about it. He wasn't out here going to date other people. Like she said, he was sleeping with a man. That's wild. I don't like that, because it's nothing wrong with being gay, first and foremost, if he was. But Henry would not do that. And I don't don't. Oh, I'm so mad at her. Like, don't do that.
Calm down. And
don't do that.
I thought it was interesting. Henry even said, like, he's like, if I really was gay, though, like, I wouldn't go through a whole experiment to come out on national television after doing, like, it's foolishness. And, like, Henry is about food. We don't know how much foolishness he's about, but he's not gonna do that.
Has she even cooked him a meal?
He's not gonna do all of that. You know what I'm saying? He's actually he has been relatively vulnerable this whole time, and he called her on her B, like, come on, her BS. Appreciate that.
Facts.
Hi, Willa, by the way.
But also, Henry said that she said the gay comment to explain why he's not attracted to her in her own head, but now she can't find the text supposedly.
What you gonna do?
Disgusted.
Come on now.
Then the other thing he said she has a habit of throwing things out there when she's flustered, like mud at a wall and seeing what sticks.
Ooh, like a flamboyant liar. Like a flamboyant liar. She's basically
trying to start a fight. So you're not giving her any energy. So she's like, well, I'm going to say, oh, you gay. That's why. And
if you haven't been watching the show enough, if she don't feel like she's getting her way, what's she going to do? She going to cry about some shit.
And manipulate.
And start, exactly.
It don't work. It don't work on him.
Henry
you can only manipulate a man. Like, she should know by now it's not going to work at him, because he never is moved by her like that. Yeah. Except for the first time when he was like, you know what, I just need some air, and he left.
Yeah, Christina.
Yeah.
Christina.
He sounded like the moderator at the Vice President.
Mr. Vice President. Christina. Henry definitely needs a T-shirt that says "Food, not foolishness." I think that would be.
That's hilarious.
Because that's what Henry is about.
Yes.
That is what Henry is about.
Yes.
So getting to our couples retreat.
Yes.
Right. For some reason, Bennett was really excited about the basketball court. We know they played basketball later on.
Did they?
Amani mentioned that she was not outdoorsy, and Woody was looking forward to getting out more and just spending more time with his wifey. You know what I'm saying? But sitting down at the dinner, they all gathered around. Where were they at? I forgot where they were at.
They were in Covington, Louisiana, which is like an hour outside of New Orleans.
Yeah.
Of course, I looked it up.
Oh, we got some spice for Christina out here.
Yeah, so everybody, the whole internet has spice for Christina right now.
Nobody's
honestly.
like she turned into the new Brett because nobody likes her right now. Nobody.
She tried to get all of the sympathy from everybody this whole episode. I was over her.
I thought it was interesting that the producers actually. Well, I say it was the producers. It looked like Brandon knows. They always try to frame it like, oh, they're just asking a random question. But I have the producers had Henry break the ice about the Brett and Olivia situation, and somebody said, "Oh, it sounded like they died." Like what?
She was like that. What did she say? Sorry for our loss or something.
Sorry,
I don't know which.
Word.
Oh, they said since Brett and Olivia are no longer with us.
They're no longer with us. R.I.P.
We had a funeral.
R.I.P. to Brett and Olivia. They were doing their thing for quite some time, but it worked out. But yeah. So when they brought it up, Christina, out of nowhere, just starts crying. Oh, I wish they could have been here to experience this. Olivia
and she missed out. Yeah,
she missed out. She could have been eating this fish right here. She could have been.
I'm like, that fish did look good though. It was like blackened salmon. It looked good. They threw down in that kitchen. It made me miss group trips
with that whole box of butter. That
oh my god! I was like, what are they about to cook in this pot that they put this whole stick of butter in?
Of butter.
My heart got clogged just automatically, like just looking at it.
Now Brandon is saying that Henry just be so casual with his humor. I'm trying to figure out if he brought that up like jokingly, or if. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they're no longer with us.
They're no longer with us. That was so crazy to me.
Apparently Olivia was robbed of that opportunity. So
and then Christina again made it about herself. Starts talking about no shade or whatever she said, but Brett is just like he just reminded me of like all the assholes that I dated, and he just was never direct.
And while she's saying all this, while she's saying all this. Woody is sitting there like, man, what is he talking about? Like, again, Woody knows the situation that happened.
Woody was like, why are you worried about everybody else except for you? Your foolishness that you got going on.
Like, what are you talking about right now? What are you seriously talking about?
So ridiculous.
So she starts crying about all that stuff. Eventually they moved on. Miles.
Did you peep that the only person that showed her some sympathy was Bennett, who handed her the napkin? Everybody else was just like...
I'm glad. Because even the napkin was comical to me. Like, that was like something nobody gonna...
That's your wife? Oh, you're not going... Okay.
But yeah, I was getting summer camp, like bug juice vibes from the kitchen.
Bug juice.
I was trying to tell, like, they definitely had their own, like, cabins, and they were doing most of the cooking, but they did have, like, staff and stuff in that little kitchen area. I don't know if you peeped. There was like some little Mexican guys running around back and forth. Like there was people in there like cooking and cleaning and stuff.
Oh,
which I thought was interesting. Woody was ready to put them on Front Street, and I was waiting
for him to say something.
I was wondering if it was.
He didn't say nothing this episode.
He didn't say nothing. But so they moved on. Miles was asking about being away from home or something like that, and Bennett just interrupts. We had sex, by the way. Just in case anybody needed to know that. So threw the whole conversation off track, but they had to let them know that yes, Bennett and Amelia had consummated their marriage, which I thought was cool.
Which I thought they knew already.
I thought so too, but everybody got a good laugh about that. I thought it was dope.
That really took me out. It was the way he shouted it out.
Yeah. By the way, we had sex. So Miles had to bring up my bad to the Mexican community. You know. Miles had to bring the mood back down to let people know he had to let people know. You know what I'm saying? Miles was killing them dishes, by the way, too.
With the little thing.
But he was talking about being a black man and witnessing the racial injustice that was taking place. And he not really wanting to socialize. Like, again, we mentioned that him and Karen they weren't even really, like, doing the whole couples retreat thing because they didn't know how to feel. But at the end, I feel like they were very happy, you know, where they were at and stuff like that. So it worked out. And that's where Bennett dropped the hot bar about being in a pressure cooker.
Yep.
And, like, again, the racial injustice, anything happening on the news, the politics, being in a pandemic, you know what I'm saying? And on top of that, being locked up for double the amount of time that the experiment is usually supposed to take place with somebody that you barely know. It's crazy, man. Crazy. So they did get some points. Everybody gave themselves a little pat on the back for defying the odds and being an extreme case of Married at First Sight.
So I thought it was interesting that Karen said that she was surprised that Miles opened up about that.
That's what you said. They had to talk about it. I'm like, maybe they didn't talk about it too much because they didn't know how to talk to each other. I feel like
him and Karen have talked about it in the house, but as a whole group, obviously not. That will be the time to bring it up. But also with this platform, I feel like it has to be talked about. Absolutely. As the black people, you obligated to do it. Sorry.
There you go.
It just is what it is. But she said that she was, what did she say? She was like, she was happy that he did that, which was interesting because normally I would think that she would say, oh, that's too emotional.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is she coming to accept his more emotional side and being transparent, or is it just on this one subject that it's okay?
I could definitely rock with them being a little antisocial or trying to focus on themselves as well. But I thought they did a good job at, you know, socializing with everybody. You know, the conversations that were had were pretty on point. Everybody seemed pretty cool except for Christina about it. But
Christina was adding her 2 cents on everything. Christina definitely talked the most this whole episode out of everybody.
Hey.
And she can take her 2 cents and shove it. That's my personal opinion.
She talked a lot. Maybe the editors
She was talking to cover up the foolishness.
Yeah. I think the editors might have put her in there to, one, cover up the foolishness, and two, like, we're not going to show too much more of her because we know y'all not going to like her after this.
No.
So, I think Miles has the capacity to give deep insight on the topic. I agree.
He does.
He definitely does.
I thought it was pretty dope. I enjoyed that. And again, back to Christina, I think that she was talking to cover up so that Henry wouldn't have the opportunity to say they were on bad terms.
I feel like she was waiting for him to say something. Is that weird?
When? She was talking the whole time. How's she waiting? I feel like
she was waiting for him to say, well, you know, just to give her an excuse to cry and stuff. So that's why she's like, well, I'm going to beat you all over the head with all this positive stuff that I'm going to say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Who is this? And I'm also upset because I know before she wasn't taking her meds. What did she have?
Did she say ADHD or?
Yes, but I haven't seen no improvement in her.
OCD? Was it?
She's just as bad as she was in the beginning. I think it was ADHD.
It might have been ADHD.
I think so.
But yeah, we don't know what she's like on her meds. I guess
I can't tell.
We still don't know if she's taking them. But Henry not gonna hold back. Yeah, I think when the time comes out in the open, then it's going down. I can't
wait to decision day.
Can't wait for
because I know he gonna say everything.
He might. So, cutting to the next morning. Did you have more to this?
No.
Cutting to the next morning, we just saw the couples doing their thing, as usual. Bennett tried to pull off a worm in his little house dress.
It was the straightest worm I've ever seen in my life.
It was bad. It was an
he was like this.
Worm. It was weird. He said that
you supposed to be like this.
He said he was. Oh, that was nice.
That's nice.
Hey, bring it down. Baby. He said that he was trying to do that while she was sleeping. I don't believe him because he couldn't have pulled it together. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Aunt Chris? But yeah. So Christina and Henry, somebody put them on the spot. Who was it?
Amani
put them on the spot. Yes.
She said they was in everybody else's business, but they wasn't talking about themselves.
Come on now.
Henry said, let me go get a plate. Let me go get another plate first.
Come on now. I need to know. She put them on the spot. Yeah, I thought that. You can't escape. Food
I love
foolishness,
Henry,
baby.
yo.
Food,
I feel
not
him.
foolishness. They put him on the spot. I forgot what she asked Christina, but then she looked at Henry and was like, "Oh, so how are you feeling about this experience?" And that's when he was like, "Yeah, let me go get some food first." I'm like, he's not about to answer this question on no
Right.
on no
He
empty
gotta
stomach.
take a bite in between.
Come on, man. He gotta have something to chew on while he's dealing with the bullshit. But yeah, so I think, was it Amelia had asked? Oh no, she asked Henry about his experience, and basically he summed it up to say something along the lines of, "I've tried my best," and that's when Woody brought the line about.
But he said he
throwing in
was
the
committed
towel.
to seeing it through at least, is
Yeah.
what he said.
Yeah.
So with that being said, he's like, all right, I signed up for this. If it's gonna be 4 months, I'm gonna deal with it for 4 months. Maybe something will change. If it don't, I'm out. That's how I feel like. I feel like that's a fair take. I feel like if Brett would have taken that route, I would have had more respect for him.
A little bit more respect. I agree.
A lot more.
A lot
more respect for him.
because he didn't even see it through.
No, he didn't see it through, and he wasn't even
The
like
house,
fully
the
trained.
car, the kids, and the cats. I want it all. He took everything.
No, that song is for Christina. She's the
You're
liar.
nothing but a liar. You're a liar. You're a liar. You're a liar, girl. I'm sorry. But yeah, that's all I had for that little section.
Christina said that she basically learned the type of relationship she would want long term, and she says that she sees potential being on this retreat. Henry didn't say shit, but his face was calling bullshit. And Woody said the towel is already, like, throw the towel in. The towel is already on the floor.
It's on the floor.
It's on the floor, bro.
I definitely think Henry's definitely really been good at respecting the process. I agree with that.
He's respectful.
Yeah, I mean, he killed it. Brett left in the middle of the night, boy. He was out of there.
That's wild.
Next up, I have the couple's activities.
Go.
Couples activities. So for the first activity, I don't know what Karen and Miles is playing. I don't know if that's bocce ball.
I don't know.
Maybe Shatoni knows
what game that was.
What sport that was. I've played it one time myself at a college event, but I have no idea what that was. But apparently, you know how Miles is competitive. Karen was killing it that game.
Karen is just better than Miles at everything. Anything like physical, like, period. Yes. And it makes sense. She's way smaller. It's easier to carry, like, less weight to do things than it is if he's a giant almost.
Right. He's a giant.
He's pretty tall. He's a big guy.
So check it out. We had some expert exercises, as they like to say, and I wish they would have did it to all of them. I don't think everybody got a chance to do it.
Yeah.
But so starting with Amelia and Bennett, they had them write letters to their younger selves, which I actually think is an amazing exercise. And I kind of might want to do this at one time. We might want to do this. I don't know. You can write letters.
I don't want to do that exercise.
No? But they wrote letters to their younger selves. Of course, Amelia's letter was all beautiful and describing all the troubles that she might run into, and she got a bar.
Her trouble was about dyeing her hair.
She got a bar. There was a bar in there. She said, "Don't sweat the petty stuff, and don't pet the sweaty stuff." I've never heard that before.
I don't even know what that means, bro. I don't know what that means.
I thought it was hilarious. Don't sweat the petty stuff, because you're not supposed to sweat the small things in life, and don't pet the sweaty stuff, whatever the sweaty stuff might be.
That's goofy.
That was over.
That was so Amelia.
That was overhead. But in Bennett fashion, I thought we were gonna get like the most beautiful, romantic,
we did,
like loving relationship talk that he could have possibly given us. Bennett began to tell us about that first edition holographic Charizard that he used to have that was worth $20,000, and it probably would be worth $20,000 to this day. I thought he was gonna flip it into some like marriage type stuff, or how he.
But seriously, when we was 10, Pokemon was it.
How he cherished that one person so much, or how he realized that it wasn't worth as much as having the love of your life.
He said that $20,000 is more than he makes in a year. I peeped. He said that.
That's wild. It happened. But I still got my Pokemon card collection to this day. I felt your pain. That's a big card, man. I felt your pain, Bennett. You know what I'm saying? Like the holographic Charizard first edition. You know, this is big. It's a big car. People wanted your head for that one back in the day. $20,000 is wild though, but he didn't give us no romantics on that. I just knew we was gonna get some romantics. So next up, you know, we got our friends. Our friends Christina and Henry did the same. Gotta catch them all. Thank you, Shatona. She knows.
Pokemon.
Gotta catch them. It's you. All right. We're not gonna do this. Christina, her letter that she wrote to her younger self, she started crying, of course. Her letter was about resilience and investing time in the wrong people and all this other types of stuff. And
I must say that I got vibes, like a molestation vibe in what she was writing.
I just thought
she's like, if it feels wrong, like she said something like that, and I was like, it was something off about it.
I just felt,
and it wasn't just her being dramatic. I really felt like it was something, some sort of childhood trauma happening in that letter.
I just felt that she's talked about dating assholes and stuff like that before, so I just felt that that's probably what it was.
But how do you get to dating assholes? That's the first question. Everything goes back to childhood.
I guess
she probably had some sort of experience that she thought that was okay. She also didn't grow up with her father, if you remember, at the wedding. So not saying that makes it automatically that way, but there's something happening there.
Right. Yeah. Henry's letter was about focusing on himself and surrounding himself with good people and stuff like that. And it wasn't nothing crazy about that.
I wasn't impressed with any of these letters,
none of them,
honestly.
For real. I wish they would have did all of them to see how far we could get. Shout out to Chantel, says she got issues. She definitely does. She definitely does. She definitely has issues. She said it was a very Henry letter. I'm just so confused. Tears.
Girl, we confused about your cryptic messages too.
Get out, Christina. Leave. I'm sick of it. I am sick of it, Christina. I'm very sick of it.
I thought it was funny that Henry was like, I feel like her thing was all about her past, and she blames the past on everything or whatever. Her past on everything. So I feel like he was saying maybe she should take responsibility for some of the things that have happened and, you know, like basically step up and work on yourself, which we know she doesn't do.
There we go. Now, cutting over to Woody and Imani. I don't know where they were doing or what they were doing.
They were playing dominoes.
And she was killing it too. She was doing a good job.
I don't know how to play dominoes.
Oh, we got to teach you. I don't really know how to.
Teach me how to play spades.
I definitely don't.
If anybody wants to teach me, please.
Who's gonna teach us how to play spades?
Please.
That's
Oh, you don't know either?
You know how they say the black card? Like we lost both of our black cards on that part right there. We never learned how to play spades. I was around a lot of people that knew how to play spades, but I just wasn't.
Nobody teaches.
I wasn't in there. Yeah, people don't teach, and it's too late in the game to learn how to. We talk about something else. That's what we'll talk about on our JasVynce content when Married at First Sight is over. But yes, Woody asked, "What would it take for you to say no on decision day?" And basically he was saying that if he couldn't trust something that she said, or if she might have shut down or gave him 50% of like their love and appreciation that she was giving him that whole time.
I think that, what did she say? She said if he was to switch up the patterns that he's established to build her trust, then that would be the deal breaker for her. And I understand that.
I get it.
Because she had a trust issue before she met him. So for him to, you know, be consistent, which is what she was scared wouldn't happen. If you're consistent for 4 months in any relationship, then that genuinely shows a woman for the most part that you're serious. Yeah. So yeah, I get what she was saying with that.
Just to skip ahead and get over this one activity that we had. Ben and Amelia, I said they were playing basketball. They played a game of horse, and they were doing some weird stretch. I don't know why. We didn't have to acknowledge that, but I just thought it was funny that
Amelia's warm-up looked like she was doing a Thriller dance, bro. Like, seriously. I was like, what is she doing?
She was doing a lot.
But and every time she shot the ball, she didn't shoot it like she knew how to play basketball. Like, she was shooting like this. And she was making it, though. I was like,
it's Ben and Amelia.
It was like how Vince shoots basketball.
All right. I knew you was about to. They
was playing horse too, and I beat him in horse before.
She beat me in horse before.
Horribly.
It was bad. It was really bad. It wasn't my proudest moment. I never claimed to be good at basketball anyway. I know I'm trash, but it was very embarrassing that day. I think I was stuck on either H or O for the longest time. Like, I just could not hit it. It was like the corner of the foul line. I just could not. We were outside too, so the elements.
It wasn't no elements. It was sunny.
Leave me alone. All right. So, cutting to, I don't even know what to classify this as, but I have in bold letters, trying to get Henry and Christina to talk. That's what I have.
What?
Is that the same part where where Amani was trying to get them to
probably
discuss their situation?
Probably.
And that's when Henry came out and said something about I think they had split up into groups. I think he was talking about dishonesty and that he didn't want any drama.
I put like the girls had a chat,
and
then the guys had a chat. So
maybe that was the
girls chat. Somebody asked what sacrifices are needed to make it work. I wrote, Christina is all in everybody's business, asking questions. She asked Amani, do you think you and Woody are on the same page? Amani said, little shit she can let go, but their bigger picture is the same. Oh my goodness. So many relationships would work if people realize that.
Gotta focus on
you gotta have the big picture. Like, the fact that he wears his socks inside out is not gonna stop the show. Okay, you can get over that. People be worried about stupid stuff is my point.
What?
People be worried about stupid stuff. If you want to make it work, look at the bigger picture. If your bigger picture makes sense, work on it and communicate, folks.
And I'll take credit for that, King Suntan. Yes, the breeze from the specific ocean, it was affecting my shot in some way, shape, or form when I was trying to.
We wasn't on the coast.
Shh. All right, now moving along, I have Miles and Woody talking about not forcing sex. Did you get some of that?
Oh, you skipped over stuff.
Did I skip over stuff? What did you skip?
That's not even part of the guys' chat. You talking about when they was at the gazebo. Miles and Woody was talking about themselves.
So that's the guys' chat.
Yeah. No. That's separate.
Okay. Oh.
Let me lead. Thank you.
Lead queen.
So back to the girls' chat. I think Amani asked, do you feel like y'all have been honest in the relationship? And Christina basically was saying, she was trying to insinuate that Henry hadn't been honest. She was saying that Henry doesn't speak up when he doesn't agree with something. Amani was low-key laughing, and she's confused as to why they won't be upfront and honest.
I hate her.
She basically, she made it like he was the one that wasn't being honest. And I guess by him not speaking up when she was doing something dishonest, that makes him dishonest? How? Fake master manipulator.
She's a stranger, man. She's a stranger. I have no idea. I meant Miles.
So, moving on to the guys' chat. Bennett said he feels good about moving to Virginia.
Oh, yes.
But the gravity of the move hasn't hit him yet because the world is still at a standstill.
Yeah.
Which I think is interesting. Did you see that other comment on our YouTube? And when I said Richmond is just not a place you want to go?
And somebody from Richmond had something to say about that?
Yeah. Did you see it? You gotta look at it later. It's funny. So Henry basically says that whenever she's wrong about something, she spins everything around to make it like she's not wrong.
That's exactly what she's been doing.
And Bennett was looking confused because Henry hasn't told all the guys what's been going on. He only told Woody. So I think Bennett didn't even get that.
Yeah, I would wondered how they passed that around if the information, like, if Amani definitely knew.
Amani definitely knew from her faces.
Else,
faces.
Who knew?
The thing is, I think that it's only fair, like, if you're in a relationship, if you was to go talk to your friend and I knew his wife or whatever, and you came back like, yo, they going through it. He said this, that's pillow talk. But it's not okay for you to go talk to somebody else that you're not in a relationship with that may know them to, like, tell their business. But, like, between us in not a gossipy way and a, like, Amani's kind of like an encouraging person. Yeah, like, she's kind of like the mother hen. So with that being said, she has good intentions.
Yeah.
even though she seems nosy, but she got good intentions.
She did a good job of not seeming too nosy. She just, trying to get them to talk more.
But all the faces about Christina had me so dead. It had me so dead. I really couldn't take it. Also, so while the guys were chatting, Miles said that he loves the differences between him and Karen, and she's the type of person he would want to spend the rest of his life with, but they have things to figure out.
Yes.
So,
what are those things?
I feel like we knew this already. Like, I don't know if it's her look, what it is about her that he's really, like, drawn to. I mean, she's gorgeous, but what else is there that he's so drawn to, that he loves, besides the food, because she be throwing down too?
I forget the food, but yeah, I guess he just sees the potential. He knows that she's closed off and wants to open up more, but not until a certain amount of needs are met, I guess. So
what needs? What is
who
he
knows?
not doing?
That's what she won't say. That's what he's trying to get out of her. He's like, what else is it? And
all right,
we know what he need.
Some cheeks.
Some cheeks. Yes. Even Woody agrees that he felt like they needed to have sex. He feels like him and Amani needed to have sex to get to the point that they were at, just because that's the type of person that they are. Everybody's not like that. But that's the type of person that they are. But he agrees that he knows. I think he described Miles and Karen's relationship as all smoke and mirrors, meaning that they're not doing as well as they appear. And just like we talked about in the barbershop back in the day, like, he knows his mans. He knows that Miles needs more than he thinks. He's putting out whatever vibes or whatever bit of love that he's giving out. And yes, Brandon, sex. He needs.
So what? But he did say what she sees, what he sees in her. She cooks. She seemed like she got her shit together, and she's active. Those are important qualities for a lot of people. So I could see that.
I agree. So that was the last thing I had about that conversation before.
I got some stuff.
Go ahead. Keep it on.
So,
we got a couple minutes left, even though. So while you're deciding on that, yes, so we decided we're only streaming on YouTube now, guys. If you guys want to see us on Instagram or something, I might stream it after the show or something like that, but we're going to do YouTube and YouTube only because it's easier for us. And now we're official YouTubers now. Yay. But yeah, so we could go longer than an hour if we wanted to. I will keep it to an hour just because.
So basically, Woody says that if you're in this experiment, you need to experience all forms of intimacy. So because him and Miles basically agreed that it's hard to know if you want to spend your life with somebody if you've not experienced sex with them. I could really understand that part.
I don't even think
but
it's so
I don't
much
think
the
it's
sex.
About the sex. I think it's about the fact that he's not getting affection.
No, that's what I'm saying.
He's not being validated. Like, there's so much more to a relationship than sex. And I feel like a lot of guys make it like sex is like most important. But it's not. Because what's the point of having sex with somebody when they're not making you feel validated outside of that sex?
I was gonna say
sex is a moment. That's 15 minutes.
Sex is definitely important.
It's important,
especially to guys, obviously. But like you said, it's more about like intimacy in general for them, and that's something that we've barely she rubbed his feet that one time, she sat on his lap that one time. You know what I'm saying? They kissed each other because Bennett made them that one time. You know what I'm saying? Like we need, or Miles needs at least more than just that.
But I think Woody is probably not the best person for him to talk to because Woody is basically like, well, she not trying to let you smash, so how you gonna know? That's not what you should be saying to your friend.
Even though that's his man's.
I'm telling you,
I realized that moment that Woody was not the best person to talk to.
If I was ever in this predicament where I had got married at first sight, I wouldn't have sex before decision day.
Come on, love languages, words of affirmation, and physical touch. Come on, now. Need that.
I would not have sex before decision day. I just wouldn't. Because I need to know. Because how I'm supposed to know that you actually really want to do this beyond, like, this is for life, or your intent is for life? Because there's people that say yes at decision day that don't make it past a couple years.
That's right.
They still get a divorce. But the point is your intent right? That's how I feel about it. So I don't want to have sex with someone if their intent is not correct. If you decide on decision day, yeah, I want to try to make this marriage work. All right, let's go have sex at some point. I'm just saying.
Miles trying to pick her up and put her on the counter. She's definitely like, nah. I don't know if she's
like she's small too. He could just manhandle her.
You know what's funny? I was thinking Henry should have just rolled up on Christina and just smooched her in the face one time, just to see what happens.
Just to mess with her head.
I don't know. He's so confusing. I don't know what to. You know what I'm saying? Just throw her off. But yeah, that's all I have for the entire episode.
Nope. Stranger spouse game.
That's it. Last thing that I have is the wonderful game of block our faces, stranger spouse. Yeah. So I thought that was a super dope game in which they talked about. It was a game show, basically. It was pretty much like the Newlywed Game. I found it
very interesting that, so basically people pose questions to the other couples and then the couples have to provide the same answers to score points. So I thought it was interesting that at the beginning, the couples that's not necessarily doing super well were the ones that knew more, like were more in sync.
Yeah.
Because all they do is talk. Like, so all you have to do is have time to observe what the other person's like.
Yeah, I thought that.
How you observe if you fold or you crimp the toilet paper, I don't know. I don't want to know what you do, okay?
I appreciate it.
I don't know how you would observe that, how you would know that.
I thought that was funny. Maybe he just assumed on the type of person that they are. But yeah, everybody did relatively well on this. They had some crazy questions like, do you crinkle the toilet paper? Do you fold it? No judging over here. No judging. All right. If you had to deal with bees, eating bees, or if you had worms
and caterpillars in your pants. I just lose. I'm not doing neither.
Jazz says she's not doing either, but I know for a fact that she don't eat eggs, so she's not eating bees. If you had to choose,
I'm not eating or letting nothing crawl on me.
You know what I'm saying? If she had to choose, she definitely would have gone with
none.
With the bees, is what I'm thinking.
None.
Who would be the first person to do something illegal? I think everybody went with Woody on that one.
No, but it was between, yeah. Nah, they said Christina. Both of them said Christina. And then she says, wow, that's rude. I'm like, you said it too. So
yeah. You said yourself. Stop it, Christina. So, yeah, I enjoyed the game. I thought it was funny that when they showed it, they left it on her face. So I thought that was pretty funny. So
I was over
I'm going to leave that up for a little bit. Who's the funnier one? Me and Jazz got into an argument about this last night because I thought I was the funnier one.
I'm the funnier one.
Apparently she's the funnier one.
I am.
So go ahead.
Vince be dry. Vince be like hype with other people or when he's at work. But he's boring.
You the funny one.
Outside of that.
You the funny one. Just take it.
I'm hilarious.
Yeah, you are. Who had the most X's? Miles got that one for some reason.
Of course, we know he got like 26.
All right, this is funny. Oh, I should have saved this picture.
16.
I should have saved this picture. Let me see if I can find it real quick while we're doing this. But who is your celebrity crush? I can't find it. Dang. Who is your celebrity crush?
Facebook.
It was on Facebook. Who's your celebrity crush? Everybody put their celebrity crushes on and stuff like that, or what? And did people guess it correctly? I can't remember if they guessed everybody's. But I think Christina for Henry guessed Taylor Swift. That's what her guess was. Taylor Swift. And I'm not even gonna try to put it on the screen right now. I'll just put it to the camera. Oh, you got it? Yeah, put it to the camera. He was like, no, what? Kate Beckinsale, right? And people, we don't even know who Kate Beckinsale is.
I don't know who she is.
What she's famous for. Maybe somebody could drop a movie that we might recognize her in. But apparently Kate Beckinsale looks a lot. I know it's crazy that y'all can't see right now because of our ring light. Kate Beckinsale looks a lot like Henry's friend.
Kristen or whatever her name is.
She looks a lot like Henry's friend.
Just like her.
Which I thought was interesting. So people have been sharing that picture around. And I thought that was pretty funny. Indeed. The last couple questions. Oh, what favorite pizza topping? Jazz's pepperoni. She probably don't know what mine is because I'm from New York. So
you like mushrooms
and
peppers.
I like mushrooms.
You like mushrooms and peppers.
I like Crystal Westbrook's. I wasn't sure who it was off top. But I eat a mushroom. I like mushrooms. I like vegetables on my pizza.
Yes.
But I'm from New York, so I get a regular plain slice and I'm good to go.
You know really?
But if it's a New York slice though, but anything else,
I miss New York slices.
That's it. But yeah,
California pizza is trash.
It's trash. What can you say? But
so
that's all I
Miles
got.
and Karen won. So the whole point is they actually are getting to know things about each other,
Yes.
obviously.
Shout out to Miles and Karen.
So I was surprised by that, but I'm happy to hear it. Okay.
Shout out to them for doing their thing. They killed it. It's coming up on the end of the show. I have to leave you with
Hold on.
the bird in the tree knew a tiny bee song that Bennett was
Hold on,
trying to sing. Go ahead.
Christina again tried to take the shine and was like, told Miles and Karen, there's something special with you guys, and you guys should just tap into it. She told this to Miles and Karen was just like, thank you. I'm like, you and your 2 cents, please go away, Christina.
I'm waiting for somebody.
Please
to
go
like,
away.
Or maybe does it have to be Henry? Let me know if it's Henry. If
What?
Henry has to, shut up. Like,
Would you shut up, man?
If he would just turn up on her one time.
Yeah.
One time, Henry, please just turn up on her one time, and we'll be happy. We'll be happy. We won't be mad. But do you have anything else for the rest of the show, Jasmine?
Nope.
That concludes it. I don't know how many more episodes we got. Are we 16
in
total?
We have 2 more weeks left. So I think we have 3 episodes.
Yes.
2 or 3 episodes.
So
they probably have a double episode coming up, like 2 days back to back, I think.
Please feel free to slide into our JasVynce Show DMs and let us know what other content you might want to see us doing. If you want to see us hanging in the house, if you want to see us
I think somebody said
cooking.
Love After Lockup.
Oh, Love After.
We
don't
have not watched that.
Tony said it's entertaining though. So we also watched 90 Day Fiance.
And The Family Chantel is back.
Big
if
Brother
you like
is
foolishness.
almost over, so we're not gonna do no show on that probably. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, rating time, guys. It's time to finish off with these ratings. Starting with Miles and Karen, who last week I gave a 5. I forgot what was going on. They wasn't feeling each other. Jazz and Shatoni gave them a 7. Shout out to Millennial and Mom, who we also watch on YouTube.
Check them out.
They gave them a 0 last week. That was Mom. Mom gave them a 0. This week, things are looking a little bit up, right?
Yeah.
I might have to go back to a 7. We didn't see too much like progress.
I'm going to give him a 7.5.
Outside of the
I feel like they really, she's starting to like him.
I think so.
I'm getting that feeling, but she's not a person that's very outwardly like, oh, I really like you. But I think he's growing on her, which the experts probably knew would happen.
Right.
So 7.5 for me. Anybody?
Feel free to drop some numbers in the chat.
Numbers for
out of 10. Yeah, I think I'm going with 7 because I thought that was I think they've definitely progressed from last week. But who knows how long? We got a lot of 7s. People are saying
we got an 8.5. We got a 7.
8.5. I'm not mad at that.
7.
I'm not mad at that. So good job on that one. I'm gonna jot down that 8.5. That was a good.
Brandon giving out.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, you must have been in a good mood. Brandon goes 8.5.
We got a 6.
Who said 6? Ooh, Willa wasn't feeling them. Moving along to Amelia and Bennett.
They still at like a 9 for me.
A 9, you say?
I don't see any real issues with them. Bennett is willing to move. Like, he did say that, she said something about how do you feel like when my residency starts, things is gonna change, and he did say
they told the group that they did.
Yeah,
that
finally,
she was moving, right?
Right.
Crazy. Amelia and Bennett. I think
I'm gonna give them a 9.
I feel like there might have been like one tense moment in all of this. Oh, we saw in next week's preview or something like that, right?
What was it?
Something along the lines of her saying that she only wanted to be in this for a reality show. So that's next week though. So I'm still.
I did see something about that.
I'm still going off of this week.
But yeah, we still 9. They're trying to create an issue with them, and there's not too much of an issue.
They're forcing it for the show. I agree. So you said 9?
Yeah.
9 for Jazz. I'll give him a 9. I gave him a 10 last week. I think everybody else gave them a 9.
I keep telling you
well.
no 10s.
No 10s
until decision day.
So they get a 9 from me. Bennett, I'm curious about the dress. I'm curious about the worm.
I'm curious about them talking about they bringing 2 toothbrushes on this trip in the beginning of the episode. And he was like, oh yeah, I think I want to live on the wild side and bring both of the toothbrushes. Y'all been sharing a toothbrush?
That's weird.
That's so nasty.
I was going to say I'm very curious about why you were eating with a whisk during the. I don't know what you were eating.
I thought I was bugging when
you were eating
I was
with
like,
a whisk. We saw that.
I was like, was he eating with a whisk?
We
I
saw
thought
that.
I was going crazy.
That was weird, Bennett. That was weird. You a weird dude. We love you, but that was weird, bro.
Yeah.
We got some good numbers over here. Mostly eights from everybody. The gang says 8. I like it. Moving on to let's just skip ahead to Brett and Olivia. How are we feeling about this couple, guys? What are we thinking?
They don't qualify anymore.
What are we thinking?
They're disqualified from our ratings.
Do we give them a negative number now? Do
they get a 0? It's just even.
0. They get zeros. We collectively gave them a 1 last week. Millennial Mom said 00 trash. Like that was
so everybody caught that wisp. I'm happy.
No, he was definitely
because I thought I was going crazy. I was like, nah, they're not gonna show that again. They only showed it like for 1 second. He was like, and it was the food was falling through the wisp. That's what I noticed.
Bro, what are you doing?
I was like, is he stirring something?
What are you doing? So it looks like zeros from everybody, of course, for Brett and Olivia. Yeah, now back to bigger and better things. Woody and Amani. Shawnee gave him a 2 somehow. How did you?
No, let's do Henry and Christina first.
You want to do Henry and Christina?
Yeah.
We'll save Woody and Amani. Don't do them yet.
They're easy.
Henry and Christina.
What did they get last week?
Ooh, last week we both gave them a 2. Shatoni gave them a 0 last week, and Millennial Mom gave us no ratings. Mom actually typed no ratings. That's it. That's it. That's it. Funny take right here. Brandon is saying Brett and Olivia get a 10 because they're both finally being honest and that they don't want each other. So I appreciate that.
That's a good point.
I appreciate that. But Christina and Henry, are we giving them an 8? Ooh. Are we giving them an 8?
If it was like, if we was doing like, they can balance each other out, yeah. They would get about a 5 because Henry is great
0.
and
yeah,
Christina is horrible.
Still a 0.
So they get a 1. They only getting that 1 point from me because Henry is a stand-up guy. He's gonna find love after this.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're still in the experiment, so yeah, they're at a very low point.
And Henry was committed to seeing it through at least.
I might have to agree with you on that 1 because it's not over yet. In real life, we know some of the people that watch the spoilers know how things turn out.
The 8 was for Wumani.
But yeah, no, I'll make sure I write that down for Wumani, of course. But yeah, we're giving them a 1 and 0s falling down the line. I see a 2 up there as well. But moving back to Wumani, Woody, and Amani, how are we looking this week? We each gave them a 9.5 last week.
They staying at the same level for me.
9.5.
They gonna stay together. They both voiced their concerns as to like, you could tell that they're both nervous that the other person might be, might say no, but they still have a lot of faith that they won't say no. Like if Woody and Amani say no at decision day, I think all of us are gonna be shocked. And Vince is gonna scream.
I might scream.
I
didn't think about that. I didn't think about that till just now.
Vince is gonna scream if they say no.
But I might actually scream. Shawnee gives him a 9. I might actually scream. Cause all we were here, we said this. It's crazy. It's been 14 episodes, 14 weeks. We here for the black love. We always rooting for the black people. We know Karen and Miles are giving us some stress here and there, but Woody and Amani are making it look good. They're making it look good.
Yeah.
So yeah, appreciate the 9s from Shawnee, from Willa. Good job. I'm giving them those 9s as well. So yeah, folks, I think that brings us to the end of our show. Once again, we thank you so much for hanging out with us this entire time. And just chilling, guys. Just being dope. We appreciate you guys. As always, we will be here next Thursday, same time, most likely 3 p.m. if you're on the West Coast, or 6 p.m. if you're on the East Coast, East side, right? Amazing time in this crazy like pandemic and stuff that we've been experiencing. So 2 more weeks, guys. 2 more weeks of Married at First Sight. Make sure you're tuning in on Wednesday nights on Lifetime. We are the JasVynce Show. I'm Vince.
And I'm Jasmine.
And we appreciate you guys. And we will catch you next time.
Later.
Peace out, everybody.